What's up, bros and gigolos, my friends, my people, my tribe? How you all doing? Hey, Kunal here, Bulls on Wall Street. Let's get to work. We want to go into the market indexes and then take a look at the day trading watch list and trading watch list because there's actually quite a few good swing setups also. This is a great market if you are a day trader or swing trader. You know, in the stock market, there are certain parts of the year where just one is better than the other. And we're right now about to probably enter a little bit of the Goldilocks zone where both styles will work effectively. And frankly, doing some swing trading will be good because you're getting stocks that are just kind of going up every day. And so let's take a look at the market and see what we got going on for the coming week. So first of all, the QQQs is right at resistance. We did have a little bit of a rest day on Friday, but very light pullback. You know, only down about 0.2%. I think that's just that's a really good sweet spot here. Really good sweet spot for the market. Like when you get this extended, you want to have, you want to have really light pullbacks. And so we got that on the QQQs. I think that's a really good spot. If you look at the SPY, we broke out to all-time highs, and then we came back and just retested, that zone. I mean, you can't get any better than that. And I love, like, after hot days, like these rest days in the market, I think are the best for trading action. Like we crushed some puts on Friday, trading nuclear, Tesla, all sorts of stuff. Man, Friday, big zero DTE fun usually. Dude, we got breakout, pullback. I think one of the things that happens in this market, you got to just cut out the noise right now. You're going to hear stuff about recession, about the election, about this, about that. That's all natural. So as you're going through this, just remember price action, price action, price action. Right now, the market's just not showing any signs of weakness. We thought maybe there could be a sell the news event, post-Fed. We sold off for like 2 hours, and then, the next day it got bought up and we were just off to the races. And so I think there's just a broad-based participation in the markets. I mean, look at this. Natural gas is going. Crypto is going. There's a whole host of these kind of things that everything. China's going. Guys, oil's going. Like, you have just everything. There was very few sectors here that were really negative. Just volatility for the most part, right? And so that's where you want to be. Like when everything is moving 2, 3, 4, 5%, and the only thing's down big is volatility. That's bullish, right? And that's what we have to be just mindful of. So let's take a look at the watch list. It'll be short and sweet here. Oklo, dude. I think that these nuclear stocks, this Microsoft deal is probably a big deal. They can restart this whole sector for a little bit, for a few days. I think this Oklo, we want to be a part of this thing. I actually have some of this in my longer term account too. Oh, fantastic. 15 million shares volume. We bought this right at the open on Friday, and this thing was just off to the races. Big, strong close, too, closing near highs. You can't get any better than that. NNE is another one. I mean, you got breakout, and then you got to pull back right into the EMAs, and you're remounting back here. So you got like a little bit of a pullback setup right there. But, dude, awesome trader, 6.5 million shares in volume. Does trade a little bit thin, but it's doable. CEG, now that this is broken out to highs, right, I want to watch and see all these dips, right? See if these dips hold, see if these dips do anything. I think that's going to be a good sweet spot. NRG, I know it's kind of weird to have all these damn utilities on the watch list, but the ATRs were really good on Friday. You got a flat top breakout on this thing. I mean, what can you do? This is just an awesome sweet spot for the market. So this has got a good look to it too. Flat top breakout. If we get a week open on this, I'm trying to red to green some of these things. Peloton, I think this $5 mark is going to be a good spot here. It is a little bit sloppy, but we've got a little bit of a bottoming pattern and then a flag developing here. I think this 5 will be, kind of first entry, 530 is a secondary trigger. Hey, I don't know if this holds or not. This thing tends to pop and drop, but, Intel, there was a PR out on Friday that, Intel's looking to sell some things to Qualcomm, and, this could turn into something. You never know, right? But it's definitely worth just keeping an eye on, even if it's just for day trades. You also do have basically a bottom that's been put in on this. Right, your EMAs are starting to curl up here, and so if you start to take out this range and hold, then it's got room to maybe 25, 26 at some point relatively quickly. Cava is breaking out right. The highs close right at the breakout spots, looking pretty good. You watch this thing, a week open and a takeout of 21.10 maybe 21.20, 21.10. We got to try this bad boy. Awesome. Look at the volume accumulation on this. It's a beautiful, good, God-fearing Christian setup. MU, right? A big rounding pattern here. If it can close over the 20 EMA, then I think the MU bottom is probably in. It has dropped 50% on the dot, 50% on the dot for the most part. Like, this break gets over the 20, I think you're going to get into the hundreds on this. I love AVGO. I've been talking about this one for a few days. Finally coming out of this trend line. There was a big lid on this and some sellers at 170 that got taken out end of day. Decent close, popped $2 into the close. I think that this has got a nice range break in it. I think out of all the semiconductors, this one is probably looking like one of the better ones, I think. RCL, we've been talking about this for a few days. Finally taking out highs here. Right now, the position can be taken. To me, this looks like a little bit more like a swing, but it does have enough range to day trade also. AMSC. This has got a nice little bottoming pattern. You got a flag that's developing right under 50-day moving average. If you can break out over the 50, I think you're going to have a spot there that you can roll with. So let's roll in with that one too. And then this I'm watching for a swing trade too. You got lows. What a sneaky play, right? Probably go a month out, take some calls, something along that end. Yeah, a big level starting to develop. It may need like a couple, maybe another day or two of inside days before it takes this range up. But 262, keep an eye on it. This is a big, if you look at the weekly here, look at this. This thing has been basing out since 2022, testing that 262 level over and over. The more times you test the level, the weaker it gets. Now, with this type of name, it's a little bit slower. So it's, typically it's a swing trade for me because it just doesn't have the ATR to really have like hot day trades on it. If you're taking like a point here, point there, and a $300 name, not really that fun. And then I think, Tesla had an inside day on Friday. Hold on here. So you had the big pop, and then this is your classic inside day. See how it just like stopped right at the previous day's high? That they do that a lot. And then, on the pullback, it stopped right into support too. We longed it right off this wick into here for some nice 0DT fun. You got an inside day set up on this. I think if it takes out this range, hopefully don't gap through it, then we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a hootenanny. Guys, there's a lot of good setups. I mean, my initial list was 75 names. There's a lot of good ones that are setting up. A lot of these gold stocks also, if you're a swing trader. Silver, look at this, HL. You have a lot of these kind of names too. That, look at the volume on that thing, right? 20 million shares. Look at this Gato, right? So you got nice flag patterns on some of these. So there's just a lot of names to be traded right now. But I try to kind of give you the ones with the good liquidity and ATR and kind of rank them for you so you don't have to sift through 1,000 names. I love you guys. Peace. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way